Hey everyone, it's Steph here with Frank. Today I want to show you one of my favorite features inside the platform, our advanced search. Whether you're an investor, a wholesaler, a broker, or an agent, this is where you can quickly narrow down opportunities based on exactly what you're looking for. Let's dive in. So here, as you'll see on the advanced search screen, if you have a physical address that you want to look at, this is where you would type in the address. In this case, let's just put in a zip code. So you'll see at the bottom there's 15,558 results, and let's say we want to narrow that down to just single family homes. Let's say maybe 2 beds plus, properties that have high equity. You'll see there's 2,345 results. So we're going to click on those results. Let's say you want to just open up one of these physical properties. Once you come into the property, there'll be a list of pictures. You can scroll through here at the bottom. Right, it'll show the basic property card information, so bed and bath count, square foot, lot size, year built, etc. And then it's going to take you to a map inside. So when we're looking for comps and we're trying to comp out a property, you'll see the purple tile, that is going to be the subject property, and then all the green tiles around it are going to be the properties that have actually sold in the market. You can toggle between sold and for sale here. So if you want to see for sale properties, it'll change to red, which indicates those are properties that are physically on the market. You have a settings tool right here. If I click the settings tool, this is where you can narrow down the comps that are being viewed. So maybe you don't want to look within a mile, you want to do half a mile, or go from 12 months to 6 months. You want to check certain price points, beds and bath count, living square foot, or lot size, depending on what type of property sits on, from a lot perspective. This is where you would come in and physically tailor down the actual comps. So if I, also zoom in here, as you zoom in, the list of properties on the right side will tailor to what's physically showing on the map. And then you'll have next to the settings tool, there's a arrow drop down. This is where you would click, and now it's going to print you out a comparable market analysis report to the property to say, hey, this is what the values are based on the comps and what we've selected. So give you the subject property information here, property type, some of the deal indicators. In this case, we were looking for properties that had high equity, tax information, and then all the comparable property analysis below. So all the sold properties that were physically on the map that you left selected are going to physically show here, that are going to give you the estimate in regards to what the value is. You can then click out of that. You can toggle between map view, street view. If you wanted to get into a Google Street View, you have access to now do that. Underneath the actual map, you'll see there is a bunch of drop downs. So you have property details, mortgage information, foreclosure history, demographics, school information, tax information, sale history, and then MLS sale history. So if I click on property details or linked properties, it'll show you too. If I click on property details, some of the indicators which we selected, high equity, and it's going to kind of get some basic property information, the crime statistics, and what percentile the property falls into. You've got mortgage information. If there's a mortgage on the property, it's not just going to show you the mortgage, but who the lender is, what the estimated mortgage balance is, and the maturity date as to when this loan is going to mature. Also going to show what type of mortgage it is. So if it's a first position or second position lien, you'll see that right here on the app. If there were any foreclosure information, it will show here. You'll see that there's always going to be a case number associated to the foreclosure proceedings to help you identify that within the foreclosing county that the case is being held in. From demographics, school information, tax information, which not only is it going to show you the assessed value, but it's also going to show you the annual tax amount, which is nice. And then a hyperlink here. This hyperlink will take you to the tax assessor website nationwide. So any county, any zip code, any time, you have access to get to those, to the information that's listed within the county if you want to see recorded documents. And then sale history. So not only is it going to show you the sale price and the date sold, but it's also going to show you that the date that the property was physically recorded, the document number. Again, if you want to look for this inside the county, And then, most importantly, what type of transaction and how title was transferred via warranty deed, if it was done via quitclaim deed, or if it was done intermittent family transfer. You'll see exactly how this property transferred title, which is very important when you're trying to put a story together and you're doing you're analyzing an asset. Let's say the property were to make sense, you would then come in here, you would click skip trace, which I won't do just to protect the people's information. But once you click skip trace, all the owner information is going to show up. So phone numbers, email addresses, you name it, you have access to go ahead and physically make contact to those homeowners. So fairly simple. Hope this video was helpful. If you want more information, you can visit us on the website www.frankapp.com. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you there.